I'm Nathan Venz, partner at Pentagonal Aviation Infrastructure. We build what business aviation desperately needs and almost nobody is building. Let's dig in. Welcome back. If you listened to episode 2, you've got the macro picture. A structural hangar shortage playing out across American airports. Today I want to get specific because while the shortage is national in scope, it's not uniformly distributed. There are markets where the mismatch between demand and supply is more acute than anywhere else, and at the very top of that list is Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, if you're not from Texas, you might be thinking, isn't DFW already one of the biggest airports in the world? And you'd be right. DFW International is the world's third busiest aviation hub. But here's the thing. When we talk about corporate aviation infrastructure, we're not really talking about DFW International, the airline hub. We're talking about the general aviation airports that surround the metro area. The Addisons, the Love Fields, the Meachams, the Dallas Executive Airports. These are the airports that serve the corporate jet community, and they are, frankly, overwhelmed. Let me give you the economic context because it's staggering. A December 2025 study by the Perryman Group, an independent Texas economic research firm, found that DFW Airport contributes $78.3 billion annually to the North Texas economy. That's up 69% from $46.4 billion in 2014. The airport ecosystem supports more than 684,000 regional jobs. Personal income from airport-related activity has reached $47.7 billion. These are not small numbers. This is one of the most economically productive aviation ecosystems in the entire world. And that economic mass generates corporate aviation demand in a very direct way. Think about the companies that call DFW home. American Airlines is headquartered right there at DFW. AT&T, ExxonMobil, Toyota North America, Goldman Sachs' regional operations, CBRE Group, McKesson, Charles Schwab, and the list goes on and on. And those are just the ones that most people have heard of. The region hosts 16 of the 19 Fortune 1000 aerospace and defense companies tracked in 2024, and all 8 Fortune 500 aerospace and defense companies have operations in Texas. Every one of those organizations has a corporate flight department, and every one of those flight departments needs hangar space. But here's what really makes DFW special as an investment market: the relocation wave. Over the past decade, and particularly since 2020, Texas has attracted corporate headquarters at a pace that is truly unprecedented in American business history. Companies are leaving California, Illinois, New York, high tax, high regulation states, and they're landing in Texas. And almost every company that moves its headquarters moves its flight department with it. That means a completely new demand load arrives at DFW area airports with essentially every significant corporate relocation announcement, and those announcements keep coming. So what does the airport ecosystem look like? You've got a few key nodes. Addison Airport, operated by the town of Addison just north of Dallas, is arguably the busiest general aviation airport in the entire country on a per operations basis. It's surrounded by some of the most affluent corporate suburbs in Texas, and its wait lists for hangar space are legendary. Dallas Love Field serves as the premium spot for ultra-high net worth operators who want to be close to downtown. Fort Worth Meacham International serves the Western Corridor and benefits enormously from proximity to the defense and aerospace manufacturing cluster in Fort Worth. Lockheed Martin's F-35 production facility is right there, and Dallas Executive Airport, formerly known as Redbird, has been getting significant development attention, including a new 80,000 square foot FBO and hangar facility from Birchfield and Partners, which partnered with Jet Access and Jets MRO to offer integrated maintenance services. That Birchfield and Partners development is actually a good illustration of the opportunity. When a well-capitalized operator builds an 80,000 square foot facility at Dallas Executive, citing the booming DFW market as the driver, and partners with a maintenance provider to offer integrated services, that's validation of the thesis in real time. The demand is there, the supply response is beginning, but it's nowhere near sufficient to close the gap. And the gap is still growing faster than any individual development project can address. Here's the bottom line on DFW. If you have the largest corporate aviation market in the American interior, served by an airport network that was built for much smaller economic footprint, you have a relocation wave that keeps adding demand without adding supply. You have some of the most deeply waitlisted hangar space in the country, and you have a regulatory and business environment in Texas that is among the most supportive of aviation activity anywhere in the nation. DFW is, in our view, one of the two most compelling markets for aviation infrastructure investment in the U.S. The other one, we'll talk about that on the next episode. It's Orlando, and the story there is just as compelling, but in a completely different way. Thanks.